I didn't want you guys to know. I didn't think you had to.
Oh, Em. We should have known without you telling us that something was terribly wrong. We could have gotten you help. We could have been there for you as a family. But we're going to do that now. I promise you, no matter how long it takes or how tough it is, we're going to find out how this happened. How Alan and I could let this.
No, we have to do this right now. Can I just be alone for a while?
Em, you've been by yourself too much. We don't want you to be alone now. How long, sweetheart? How long you been doing this to yourself? And where did you get this stuff? Who would sell PCP and heroin to a child?
We need to be alone with our daughter.
As soon as I check her over. She might need another dose of naloxone.
You know damn well she's as stable now as she was the last time you were in here.
Tell me how you're feeling, Emily.
Not like talking.
Deep breath. I don't blame you. Okay? In fact, I was about to suggest to your parents that they save the lecture for when you're feeling more rested.
Why don't you take your parenting advice and stuff it? There was no lecture going on here.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I should have said the interrogation.
Someone is out there preying on innocent kids. We have to find out where she got the drugs so we can stop these animals.
Dr. Dorman, you're needed on a head trauma. In cubicle 4, I'll be taking over Emily's case.
Get out.
Good luck. You take care, sweetheart.
Hey, anything new?
Yes, Tony is Emily's new doctor.
Oh, good. He should be able to do something to help, right?
Well, physically, yes. Otherwise, I think the only thing that can help Emily is for her to get the hell away from this family.
Ned, people do drugs for a lot more complex reasons than family. Can't really zero in on the blame.
Well, maybe that's true for you. But Emily is a child. She must have been desperate. And we were, every single one of us, we were so self-absorbed in our own stuff that we didn't even bother to look.
Well, sometimes you look and you still can't see because the person doesn't want you to see, even when it's a kid.
Well, by the time it gets to this place, maybe. When I think about last year when all of us tried to convince that social worker that we could give Emily everything she needed, well, the last thing she needed was us.
You don't mean that.
The hell I don't. That sweet little girl in there. And in a few years, that could be Brooklyn. And right now, I thank God for Lois's good judgment. At least my daughter will have a chance to be a child for a while.
Tony's examining her now, but I think our daughter's on her way back to us.
Ned, I'm sorry. In all the confusion, I haven't had a chance to tell you how grateful we are. If you hadn't gotten Emily off that roof, we wouldn't be here right now. We'd be at the morgue. Thank you.
Thanks for me, too.
Well, I appreciate that. But actually, it was Jason who saved her life.
Well, it seems an awful lot of people helped. Jack's included. And I thank you, Brenda, just for being here.
It's okay.
Thank God Emily's going to be just fine.
Well, Alan, it's going to take some time, and it's going to be a long, slow process before she's just fine.
I wasn't rushing anything.
Then why did you find it necessary to harangue her the minute she opened her eyes?
There are a few essential questions that I had to ask, Monica. We got to find out where these drugs came from.
Yes.
Now, you understand why Emily has an uphill battle here?
Well, they're just disagreeing. That's not so awful.
Well, not to us because we're adults. And we understand that despite everything, they're two people who love each other. But to a kid, I mean, they look like they're miles apart.
Yeah. I guess you're right. She probably doesn't realize that usually when people are arguing, all they really want to be doing is hugging each other. I've done that 1,000 times.
Hey, did you get that letter that I sent you? I don't know what I was trying to do.
Get drunk.
So what?
So nothing.
That's funny, because I was just thinking the same thing. Once Keisha walked out of me, it's a difference. Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't talk, but, you look like hell.
Yeah, AJ, it was a long night.
Business?
No, actually, I spent most of it looking for you, along with most of the Quartermains.
Yeah? I got him foaming at the mouth after I talked to the press, didn't I? They hate when you give their secrets away.
Look, AJ, I don't think anybody cares about that too much anymore.
Why? Something happened?
Emily is in the hospital. She almost died.
So you have no idea where your daughter might have obtained the stuff?
How could we? We didn't have a clue this was happening.
Well, in retrospect, I think there were quite a few clues.
May I suggest you don't waste your time kicking yourself? Save it for the slide.
Oh, Tony.
Excuse me. Emily's BP is coming back up, and her heart rate is staying in sinus at 88 to 90. She was very lucky.
So are we.
Thank you, Tony, and I'm so glad that you're on the case.
Dr. Jones, Marcus Taggart, PCPD. I need to speak with your patient as soon as possible, please.
Well, that's not going to happen today. Emily is not up for an interview.
With all due respect, doctor, time is of the essence here. We need to find out who is supplying these drugs to the kids, or your ER is going to get filled up and the next kid isn't going to be so lucky.
Excuse me, Detective. I'm not on the case anymore, but I was the AP when Emily arrived. I have to agree with Dr. Jones. She should not be subjected to any questioning.
Okay, here's a compromise. We'll go in there and ask her a few preliminary questions, and we'll report back to you.
All right, that's a start.
Come on.
Hey, Taggart, is it necessary to put these people through the ringer?
Ooh, you don't like what you're seeing here, do you, pal? Don't ask them any questions, and they can't lead them back to you-know-who. See, I don't got any time to worry about the Quartermain's feelings or yours. See, I'm zeroing in on the bastard who's peddling this junk to babies.
Sweetheart, we know you wouldn't want this to happen to anybody else, right?
No.
Well, you can make sure that this doesn't happen if you'll simply tell us where you got the drugs.
I can't give you any names.
Because you don't want to rat on anyone?
No. No, I don't know. I didn't get it from school. Yes, there are some kids that deal there, but I've never known any of them. I heard about someone who deals in the park, and I don't know his name, and I didn't want to.
Okay, Ellen, I think that's enough.
In a minute, I just have to ask. I gotta ask you one more question. It's about your friend Matt. Does he use drugs? Did he get them for you?
Matt, are you crazy? Please, can't you just leave me alone, please? Please.
She didn't have any names. Even if she knows something, she's too traumatized to say so.
And I don't want her pushed.
Okay. Has she acquired any new friends lately? Anybody who's giving you bad vibes?
Well, she doesn't really have any close friends. Julia Netzker, Lucky Spencer. But actually, they haven't been very available lately, and I think that's due to the embarrassment over my trial.
Any boyfriends?
No one to speak of. There's one kid that hangs around quite a bit, but I hesitate to even mention him. I have no reason to think that.
If you got a feeling, that's enough.
Well, just now when I asked her about him, she flew off the handle.
That's interesting. What was his name?
Matt Reynolds?
Hey, Doc. You got the time?
Yeah. 11:45.